Which transformations are needed to change the parent cosine function to this one, shown right here? Well, we need to have a brief discussion about how the numbers inside of a function transform the graph. So here's the general breakdown. Okay, here's a general model. Y equals A cosine B, okay, x minus h plus k. Okay, here's the general form of a cosine function with all kinds of transformations going on. So here's what you need to know. This number in the front is going to be a vertical stretch. Okay, this number on the end is going to be a vertical shift. And it works just like you would think. If this number is positive, it's going to be up. And if this number is negative, is going to be down. Okay, so I purposefully did the things outside the function first because those things are all vertical. Now everything going on inside the function is horizontal. So this b value is a horizontal stretch or compression. In fact, okay, when I said vertical, I shouldn't have just said vertical stretch. I should have said vertical stretch or compression. Let me edit that. Okay, this a value is a vertical stretch or compression. It's going to be a stretch if the number is bigger than 1, and it's going to be a compression if the number is less than 1. Like if this was 1/2, then it would be a compression. Okay, now this b value is going to be a horizontal stretch or compression. Now, it's going to be exactly the opposite of what I just said. So it's going to be a stretch, actually, if this number is less than 1. Okay? All of the things that happen inside the function are the opposite of the way they normally would look. So a stretch is actually when the number is small, when it's less than 1. And it will be a compression actually when this number is bigger than 1. Okay, so that's very interesting. So that's the b value. Now that just leaves the h value. All right, now this number is going to represent a horizontal. Okay, notice everything inside the function is horizontal. Everything outside the function is vertical. So this is going to be a horizontal phase shift. Okay, it's really just a horizontal shift, but when we are dealing with periodic functions like sine and cosine, we just call it a phase shift. But again, it's going to be the opposite of what you would normally think. It's going to be left whenever the number is positive, and it's going to be to the right whenever the number is negative. All right, so that's the background information we need to be able to answer this question. So let's take this piece by piece. Let's see, what color have I not used yet? So this 3 in the front, that's the A value, so that's going to be a vertical stretch. All right, so this 3 right here means vertical stretch. Okay, so this first answer says vertical compression of 3. So right there, I know that this is not the answer. I don't even have to read anything else. Okay, now this one says vertical stretch of 3. This one says vertical compression of 3 again. So that's not it. Okay, and the last one does say vertical stretch of 3. So I've narrowed it down to either the second answer or the fourth answer. So let's keep going. Now this 10 is going to be a horizontal compression. So remember, it's going to be horizontal, but it's going to be compression if it's greater than 1. Please write all of this down. All right, this is the good notes right here. Everything I just wrote down, all of this should be on your notes. This is beautiful stuff. Okay, so anyway, this 10 right here represents a horizontal compression. Okay. Now we can talk about exactly what the period is if we have to. But let's just right now just look and see if it says horizontal compression. So it says horizontal compression, it mentions the period. Horizontal, they both say the same thing, so that didn't help me. So that just leaves the phase shift. Okay, I see this negative pi right here. Okay, that's the h value. Now, remember, I told you if this was negative, it would be to the right. So this is a phase shift that is right pi. Okay, if it's negative, it's to the right. So this one says pi units to the right. But this one says pi units to the left. Well, that is wrong because it is the opposite of the way it kind of looks. So it's minus is actually to the right. So we will eliminate this last one because it says to the left. And that just leaves the second one to be the answer. Let's check it out. Alrighty then.